so in terms of the ski erg, how are we going to do the ski erg, how are we going to be more efficient on the ski erg, I'm going to explain that now. So first of all, think about your damper setting. So the damper setting is the level on here. It changes up and down. Just because you're skiing at 10 doesn't mean that you're going to get to 1,000 faster. The reason being is that if you can't keep a good pace on 10, then you might as well be doing less. Also bear in mind that the ski is the first station that you do in Hyrox. So what you don't want to do is overdo it, go too hard, too intense on the ski erg, and then kind of have to play catch up in terms of the rest of your race. So the best way of doing it is just to get into a rhythm with it and just keep that rhythm going, ticking over for that 1,000 meters. In training, it's a good idea to check and to trial out the level that you're going to work on, because you'll find out in training what works best for you for a 1,000 meter ski. In terms of the movement itself, in terms of how to do it, there's a couple of considerations that we need to think about. So the first thing is how far away to stand from the ski erg. So we don't want to go too far that we're having to reach forward every time we go to the handles. But we don't want to go too close, they're going to hit your head on the machine. No one wants that. So what you'll do is, first thing, as soon as you've got the handles, you do a few small strokes to get the machine going, to get it running up. And then from there, it's a hinge movement from the hips, extend down, up, up, down, up, up. Okay, so the more stable that you can keep your feet as well to the pads, the better, because you don't want to be flying all over the place. There is the technique where you come up on the tiptoes and go down. Some people find that that works well. I personally don't like it. I personally don't really see the benefit of it for me, particularly because by doing that, each time you're almost doing a calf raise, and obviously you're doing a lot of running, so what you don't want to happen is end up having your calves burning out during your runs because you went on your tiptoes on the ski erg. But like I say, some people it works quite well. Trying it. So yeah, so as soon as you've got the handles, get it started, and then as I said, it's a hinge movement from here. So hinge down like that. So I'm going to show you from a different angle what that looks like. So same like that, hinge down and back like that. What a lot of people do is they squat down with it, so they'll squat like this. So squat down like that. It's not really going to get you much more quicker to the 1K. I know that's really bad English, but we are. It's not going to really get you to the 1K any faster, and you're just essentially doing loads and loads of squats with it, which you'll be doing right at the end when you're doing your 75 or 100 wall balls. So where you can avoid doing squats and going deep like that within the rest of the race, it makes sense to do so. So when you're here, you're hinging those hips back, drive, so you come in, keep that chest up as you go in so that you can keep the breath going throughout that 1,000 meters. When you're in this point, that's when you're going to extend down and back, so that full extension up. And then when you're in this position, you're going to reset, so your hips can come forwards. As they come forwards, your hands are coming back, returning to the top before you go again. Hinge back, down, up, up, down, up, up. Okay? There's different ways of doing this, different ways of attacking this. For the stronger athletes, you're probably best doing harder strokes and less of them. So meaning that your reps will look more like this. For people who aren't that strong and aren't really going to get much into the machine each rep, you're probably best going faster if you're also more cardio based as an athlete and you're used to having to do long stints of continuous cardio work. Then you might work out that going faster and doing more reps, like so, works best for you. Again, practice it in training, see what works best for you and work at that level. That is, I think I've covered everything there in terms of the ski erg. If you've got any further questions, let me know and I will go into more detail on them.